I don't want to be unkind. I mean, I assume you know that, but I want to give you a reality of what's out there, not to ignore it. An incredible variety of people. And I mean people, human beings. Some of them are scarcely, well, many pets are more advanced than they are. Animal pets, I mean. And at the other extreme, there's others that are so saintly, you think of them as saints or avatars or whatever you. They're giants compared to this world. I don't mean we should worship them. You know that, don't you? You should love your God with all your heart, soul, mind and strength. But there's this incredible variety of people. And when you're in a debate or a conversation with someone, you may realize, or you may feel, goodness, this person's not following me at all. They don't seem to have grasped the most elementary spiritual, if you like, things. And you can well be right, although they may be very enlightening on some aspects, some things, and a great blessing. But you can be astounded by spiritual ignorance at times. And I know this, well, it doesn't just sound, it is an awful arrogance, and I don't know what to do about it, because it is a reality that we're not all on the same page at all. Well, no doubt God has it for an extremely good and blessed reason. And probably it's consistent with and part of this being a world of good and evil, and the contrast, that you may know the difference and learn quickly and as ideally easily as possible. So don't be astounded by the variety out there, or stymied is the word, by suddenly coming across someone who has not a clue what you're talking about, just is not on the same page at all. But be aware of it in a sense with fascination that, wow, presumably we were exactly the same. I mean, we come from not being into being by the grace of God, and into glory by the grace of God. And we are in the school of training, transition, what we call this universe here, matter, time, space, and all the rest of it. So there will be this, apparently, this great variety. But like the plants and the animals, you can help where you can. How much more? Human life. Of course you can help. But your help will be through loving kindness, not by intellectual argument, of course, because they're not up to that. They're not there yet. Some people, some are. I'm always very pleased when I come across someone who is. But we can lose our way very easily too. But we start to think that understanding is a better substitute than what really is of value, which is coming to know through experience. Understanding's great in that it can save us an awful lot of unpleasant experience. But it's still knowing that we need to arrive at. And where we can't grasp it with our mind, we may have to grasp it with our experience of living. That may be the hard way. So we always want to appeal to reason and logic. Well, I do. And I think people do behave as if that's the case. They start to argue a case. But if you find you're not getting anywhere, remind yourself that it's their experience that will count, and their experience of your loving kindness will do more than your argument as regards helping them. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. And I think I mean helping them in terms of being open to who you are, and therefore considering such ways. You see, if I appreciate your kindness, I want to value what you value for your sake. So I consider what your values are. They're, a bit different to yours. Apart from the fact that they value you, that seems to be the same. You value yourself as well. And you've come to value them because of that. You don't want to disregard what they value as of no account, because I think you realize in your heart it's what they value that's determining who they are. And who they are is apparently beneficial and loving and kind to you. So you receive their difference instead of rejecting it. It sort of abides with your difference. It's as if the alternative is always on the menu for you. I mean, obviously you continue living your way in large measure. But you could try that this morning as something different. I'll do what my friend does here. In a sense, I'll feel what he feels. Because I like him, he's a good friend to me. And we'll do this together. Do you see? It opens your heart to whatever you see as the goodness of your friend is. It opens it as a possibility to you, because he's acceptable to you. So it's very important to see God as the personification of your values, someone who's kind to you. Let me pause here a sec. I think I'm slightly confused. I need to say it's important that you see God as both the personification of what you value and all wonderful. So you are concerned to find out more about his ways because you surmise that this will be a great blessing to you. I mean, that's pretty obvious and simple, isn't it? And of course, as you become aware of things in this experience and analysis of holding God in mind, loving God, you see certain things that are different to what you expect. You find that the way you're living is not entirely happy. So you're anxious to find out more from your God. Where your true happiness lies. Do you see you become open to alternatives? Which is a bit of a surprise, isn't it? That you've personified your values and it makes you open to hearing others that are perhaps better. Well. What a miracle. So, of course, getting back to it, I mean, if your kids are in bad company, you try to put them in good company so that they're ever living with those that care for them and are valued by them. But in some sense, in the direction you want your kids to go. And of course, because you are truly benevolent to your kids, you choose as wisely as you can. We try to be lovely parents. I mean, we can only spend what we have in our purse. I mean, if I don't understand it myself, it's very hard for me to give it. But I can, like leading myself, lead them in what I think is the right direction too. And so we all do. Everyone is influencing according to their own values. It's just that those that value God, the personification of their values, suspect that, well, not suspect, that's the wrong word, but conceive of their God as having more of what they need to value than they have. So they're ever looking to Him to be open to what that might be. We're longing for the Holy Spirit to teach us and guide us. Give me wisdom, says Solomon. Oh, says God, now I can do something with that. He wants wisdom, my goodness. He's got the key to everything, all success. Whatever success is, you understand. Yeah, Solomon's wisdom is in valuing wisdom. That's interesting. Our love is in valuing love too, isn't it? Our peace is in valuing peace. Our hope is in valuing hope. Do you see the way ahead? Isn't that lovely? Bless us, and we are blessed, aren't we? Thank you, dearest friend, heavenly friend, wonderful one, our God. Love you, God. I'll still say thank you, Dad, because it's been such a blessing to say so. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You can see how the goddess of wisdom, Sophia meant wisdom, you know, why it was worshipped. We're going better than that. It's not wisdom that we're worshipping. It's God. In other words, that which we need to know, which we can't conceive of yet, but we do conceive of Him knowing. Do you see we've reached beyond our boundary? And it's the ability to do this that is life eternal. ever reaching beyond the boundary into what is goodness. But we haven't grasped it yet. I mean, more goodness than we have, you understand. Thank you, Dad.